This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV. We're inside Broadmar Shopping Centre here in Nottingham for the Cole Froch media workout ahead of Froch and Groves this week. With me, I've got a very sharply dressed, as usual, Johnny Nelson.
Number one, it's the first time we've been in shot together.
That's not
Number
the first
two,
time.
it's very nice not to have a camera so intrusively up close up to your face like that.
What are you talking about? It's the first time we've been in a shot together. We've been in, has it?
How have you managed to hold the camera and do the thing at the same time?
No, but when I've been with someone...
Never.
No, I'll have to check that.
There's a
lot of Johnny Nelson shit on our channel, do you know what I mean? A lot of Johnny Nelson waffling bollocks. Right. Listen, I'm not going to start with Froch and Groves, actually, because we've spoke about that a lot. We'll touch on that in a second. Disappointing news of British boxing yesterday. Two reasons. First of all, obviously, Haye and Fury is off. Won't happen now. And also David Haye, possibility of him retiring because of his shoulder injury. So, your thoughts on this, Johnny?
Obviously, it's disappointing. It's a loss to us domestically. It would have been a cracking fight that many people were looking forward to. First of all, for David Haye, if he's got an injury and they're saying, look, you can't box again, it's heartbreaking. I've been there, and it's all right when you walk away, but when it's taken away from you, it's a complete heartbreaker. And the problem's going to be this. People are going to doubt him. People are going to scoff and say, yeah, whatever. Because he got that that cloud over his head when he had the cut in training against Tyson for the first fight. Now this has happened again. People are doubting him. You know, when I did my knee and I was in hospital and people are saying it's complete garbage, I'm thinking, I've just come around from an operation. You guys don't believe it. And that's the situation David Haye is going to be in. And there's going to be so many doubting Thomases out there saying complete and utter rubbish. But he knows, his people know around him. It's heartbreaking for him. Now he realises it hurts when it's taken away. And it makes you want it even more. But it's just one of those things. He's got to just get on with life. And you never know. There may be, if it is right and the doctors say you can't box again, he'll find another way in boxing because he's got a lot to give.
Can you understand it from a fan's point of view or an outside public point of view that David's been scheduled for 3 fights, well, 2 this year and 1 for next year, and has had to pull out through injury, 1 to Chard, 2 to Tyson Fury? Can you understand it from their point of view? I know what you're saying. You're saying you're David Haye and you're thinking, do you know what I mean? I've just had surgery on my shoulder and now people are sort of questioning whether it's legitimate. The cut, people were questioning that as well. But like I said, from a fan point of view, it must be frustrating.
For the fans, it'll be absolutely heartbreaking. But the fans only see the end result. They see when you get in the ring, you might see a few clips of a bit of training, stuff like that. They don't understand it's hard work. It's 24/7 for maybe 8, 12, 16 weeks of hard training. So when something like this happens, it hurt. The fans might be hurt, but can you imagine starting to put the work in, putting your life and soul, that's all you've ever done, then all of a sudden it's taken away from you. Your body starts to break down. It can't react as it did when you was 22. You know, when you get older, your body can no longer do those things. So when you keep pushing your body and pushing your body, it starts to break down. And that is just the unfortunate thing. Everybody's the loser here. Everybody. I appreciate and understand where the fans are coming from, gutted, and they can think, yeah, whatever. But you've got to think, what if it was the other way around? You know, if you put so much work into something and then you're upset and everybody's saying, but what about me? I want to watch that. You know, it's a little bit selfish, but you just got to say it's just one of those things that happens in sport.
And for Tyson Fury, I mean, Tyson Fury's...
No, he's going to be upset.
Yeah, and you can understand that, can't you? Because he's more or less devoted this whole year into training camps and etc. for his what will probably be his biggest payday. You know, that's the fight, isn't it?
The thing. Who else is there for Tyson Fury out there to box at this stage for him to get so much attention? I know he's talking about fighting Deontay Wilder, and for us in the boxing fraternity, I think it's a good fight. It's an interesting, intriguing fight. But realistically, is it a big pay-per-view fight? Would you think that? You wouldn't. You know, for Tyson Fury, in his head, he's thinking, I'm going to beat David Haye. You know, I'm the next one to carry the mantle. It's no longer happening. I feel really sorry for him because he's had to put his career on hold waiting for this fight to happen. Now it's not happening. Who does he blame? What does he do?
Well, the natural thing for him obviously is to blame the person directly involved, which is David Haye, which you can understand. Tyson's personality and the way he is.
I understand it from all different aspects, from a fan's point of view, from David Haye's point of view, from Tyson Fury's point of view, but everybody loses out. Nobody's benefiting from this situation. You know, God knows you hear how much these guys are getting paid. and if it's right, can you imagine the kind of dough they're losing out on? For the fans, you know, people are willing to pay pay-per-view and watch this fight. That's how interested they are. And even now, the news is broken out. Everybody's absolutely gutted. It'll be an argument that'll roll on and on and on in a pub, and you'll say, no, Tyson would have beat David, David would have beat Tyson, but it's just never going to be.
One fight is happening on pay-per-view is Carl Froch and George Groves. This has been kind of I've been saying it all day, it's been kind of a soap opera since the first press conference, and it's finally going to come to head this Saturday.
Like we're in the Broadmoor Shopping Centre in Nottingham.
Broadmoor, that's a prison.
Yeah, Broadmoor Shopping Centre in Nottingham.
What do you know about Broadmoor?
The fans have come here to watch Carl Froch do a non-workout. I'm telling you now, this is the first time ever I've seen Carl Froch, excuse my French, pissed off. And I mean pissed off at an opponent. This guy is upset. And I know, he can say I'm cool about this, but George Groves, no matter what you say, no matter if you call him an idiot, if you call him a genius, I'd have done exactly the same thing as I was in George Groves' shoes to try and get Carl Froch mad, because he's got to talk Carl Froch into his kind of fight. Otherwise, Carl Froch has got too much experience. Been there, done that. He's done everything. He's got too much on George Groves. So he's got to make Carl Froch fight his kind of fight. Carl Froch, I was stood between them both, and they had the first press conference, and Carl Froch was breathing like a bull. And I'm thinking, what's going on here? And this man's serious, and he wouldn't look at him. He wouldn't have anything to do with him. And then they came into the studio. You guys just saw ringside. If you'd have seen a bit where it cut away from them inside the green room and Eddie was sat between them, they were at each other hard, cussing out some blue language, was giving left, right, and centre. And the camera came back, and they both sat back like little schoolboys that don't never done anything. It was blue, man. It was blue.
All right, listen, we're going to have to cut this short because Carl Froch is here. Johnny Nelson, thanks for talking to IFL TV.
Elvis is in the building.
He is. You're more Marvin Gaye. KUGAN Cassius, Johnny Nelson here for IFL TV. Thank you very much.